This video will give an overview of the Materials Commons project site. To log into the project site, you just click the login button, and if you need to register, you can register for an account. So we'll log in. And once you've logged in, you'll be taken to the dashboard. The dashboard will give you a list of all of the projects that you've either created or are a member of. And it will list any data sets that you have published across any of your projects. You can go into a particular project by clicking on it. And this will give you an overview of the project, including various counts, members of the project, the size, the different types of files, and the different processing steps that are involved in the project. You can explore the project by clicking around on the side nav bar. So we can look at the files, clicking on the files. This will give us thumbnails of any of the images. We can go into directories to look at the files in a directory, and we can upload files, move files, and create directories right in the files portion of the project. You can have as many projects as you like, and each project can have a different set of members. Beyond the files in a project, you can also load samples. So if we click on the project, this is a list of all of the samples that are used in this project, including the processing steps that the samples were involved in. If we click on a sample, we'll be taken to the metadata and relationships for that sample. So in this case, we can see all of the processing steps that this sample was involved in, and the various process settings or measurements that were taken during each of these steps, and the files associated with each processing step. So this is a nice way to get an overview of the sample and its various processing steps and relationships. You can also further organize the information in your project into experiments. You can have in a project as many experiments as you like. In this case, we've got 2 experiments, and if we click on an experiment, we'll be taken to various overview data about the experiment, much like the project overview, and then you can see the samples associated with the experiment, and also get a list of, for those samples, all of the sample or process attributes for the samples in the experiment. So here is again a list of all of the samples along with their processing steps. We can look at a list of all of the sample attributes across all of the samples in the project, and all of the process attributes. We can, and there may be multiple values for any one of these attributes. And we can click on an attribute to get a little more detailed data. If there were multiple attribute values here, then we would see all of the attribute values. We could get a list of the various samples that that attribute came from, or the processing step that it came from. Datasets is a set of data from within the project, so they can come from experiments or across experiments. This is data that we've aggregated together, so it's made up of files and samples that we would like to possibly publish in the future. We've got another video on publishing a data set, and it will explain what the various steps are involved in processing or in publishing a data set, and what these various parameters mean. Workflows is a place where you can create a graphical representation of the workflow steps in a project or a set of experiments. Additionally, we provide on the left side a way to manage the members of your project. So you can divide this into project members and project administrators, and administrators have additional access. They can do file deletion, they can add additional members and whatnot. And then project members who have the right to see the data and upload data into your project. You can use Globus for uploads and downloads. So this is really handy if you've got a large set of files that you want to load into the project, or if you've got a large project and you want to download all of the files or a subset of the files from the project. So this is a quick overview of the Materials Commons project space. Thank you.